laptop, before we build that dashboard, we normally have a specific framework of how we're going to follow this project. So this is a specific framework that we shall going to follow as we do the BI project. So this is a framework that is normally used in the real world scenario. So we shall going to explore this framework from, the end to end of this project. So the first one is requirement gathering. Requirement gathering is where the data analytics team meet with the business owners, and the business owner present a problem to this analytics team. And then this analytics team find a way of how to solve this particular problem. And then after that, after you've understood this problem, you will try to explore the data of the organization and try to understand if they have the relevant data you as a data analytics team you can use to solve their particular problem. After that, this data is normally messy and it's normally not clean. So you as a data analytics team, you will do the data cleaning, make sure that everything is in the right format, and then after that you'll do what we call data modeling, build the relationship among the table. You will identify the facts table and the dimensional table, and then you will identify the primary key and the foreign key of those tables, and then you build a relationship among those tables. After that, you do the data processing, and then you calculate the metrics using the DAX formulas. After that, now you can now start building the dashboard. So you build dashboard and you do the dashboard and report development, and from that dashboard you will come up with the insights, and these insights will help us to provide necessary recommendation to the management of the bank. After that, you can provide a conclusion to the summary. So let's first of all try to understand the problem statement of this bank. So this bank, so the name of this bank is called Mitro Bank. So Mitro Bank is a financial institution headquartered in India, and they want to introduce a new line of credit card aiming to broaden its product offering and reach in the financial market. So there's a data analytics consultant called Atlee Data Services. They came to know about this, and they sent a proposal to this particular bank. However, the strategy director of Mitro Bank was a bit skeptical and asked them to do a pilot project with a sample data set before they handed over this project to this particular data analytics company. So Peter Pandey is a data analyst at Atlee Data Services and was asked by his manager to take over this project. So his role was to analyze and provide the sample data and report key findings to the strategy team of Mitro Bank. So this analysis is expected to guide them in tailoring the credit cards to customer needs and market trends. So successful acquisition of this project depend on the Peter Pandey. Peter Pandey is a data analyst. Ability to provide actionable data-driven recommendation and impress the manager of the bank. So generally here, we have the Mitro Bank, they have a problem, and we have the consultants firm who want to help the Mitro Bank to solve this particular problem. And in this consultants firm, we have Peter Pandey, who is a data analyst. So this one is like a data analyst who've been identified to come up with this, to come up with a solution for this particular problem. So your work here now is to act like Peter Pandey to come up with this solution of this problem. Yes, so, and the consultants firm and the microbank, they heavily depend on this Peter Pandey analysis and the reports. So we've understood the problem statement. Now we need to gather the business requirement. So here is the summary, the business requirement summary of this bank. So they want to understand how customers allocate their income to spending and saving to design credit card offering and that match their financial habit. The goal is to identify the segment with high spending potential and opportunity for targeted product features. The analysis should provide actionable insights to guide the product's strategy, optimize the adoption, and maximize revenue. So this is generally the business requirement summary. And then, so from this business requirement, we will going to require to come up with the key performance indicator. So these are the key performance indicator summary. So we have the total spend, have average spend, average income, income utilization percentage, income utilization percentage for male and female. So there you can see the total spend. This is the definition of the total spend. Total money spent by all customers, average spend, the average money spent per customer, and all those KPI requirements. So this one, they will help us to come up with the general performance of the company. But if we want to dig deeper into the, like we want to understand the deep analysis of the company, is when I will come to the visual requirement. So here is the visual requirement where we will going to build different visuals. For example, the first one we have average spend by occupation. So this one will help us to show the spending behavior across various occupations. So basically we shall going to use a line clustered column chart for this particular visual, and then you have income utilization percentage by occupation. We are trying to understand the proportion of income being spent by each occupation, making it easy to see which occupation are utilizing more or less of their income. So we are generally trying to understand how, different occupation, how they earn and how they, from their earning, how they spend their earnings. And also here we have average income and average spend by age group. We are generally trying to identify the pattern in income utilization and spending based on the age group and so forth. So these visual requirements will help us to dig deeper in terms of understanding how different, let's say, items performing in this particular bank.